Greetings, football lovers. We are back with another installment of the Yellow Corner. And the prodigal son is back. Rabs, welcome back.
Yeah, no, I'm glad to be back, and I enjoyed your solo preview as well as the preview that you shot with great maestro, Amazon. I think it was a great preview. So I'm glad to be back, man.
Yeah, the solo one. Okay, let me not expose you. But we're supposed to do it together, but story for another day, man. Yeah, we are back with a latest installment of the Yellow Corners. We bring you the preview of our game week 6 fixture in the Total Energies CAF Champions League as we host the TP Mazembe at Lucas Masterpiece Morepe on Saturday afternoon at 1500 hours. Yeah, the venue has been confirmed finally game, you know. And we actually recording this early. We saw there is a press conference taking place for this match. So whatever we say here, we would have missed what was said in the press conference. Say the coach mentions injuries and stuff like that. Please bear with us on that front. Or we shot it without watching the press conference. We had no other option because of logistics and load shedding and so forth, man. Yeah, and apologies for the high thing with Raps. Raps is quite high and I'm quite low. But yeah, Raps, let's get down to business, man. Before we start previewing our game, man, let's touch a bit on our game, our previous DSTV Premiership game, as we hosted Amazulu on Wednesday at Loftus. Great showing by the boys. Played really well, man. The new signings were impressive. But what has been the most impressive thing, Kabona, for you? And does Ribeiro play differently when he plays without Shaluli?
I think first of all, last night against Amazon, I think we played very well. I think in the first half, we tried to unlock their defense, but it was not easy. But second half, we came a different team, and we were more aggressive in terms of when we approach the final third. I think Ribeiro plays different when he's our center forward or is our false number 9. I think because of the absence of Shaluli, I think it gives him a room to be mobile and also not to drop too deep to collect the ball. Because of if he plays with Shaluli, that means he needs to receive the ball and supply to Shaluli. But when he's our center forward, he's the one that needs the supply. Hence you saw the couple of assists from Serino, the first one, and also Bo AJ, and I think Maboy with another assist. So I think as a center forward, he's the receiver, but if he plays with Shalulile, he's more of a supplier.
Hey, Habs, great points, but you mentioned AJ there. What do you what do you mean?
I wanted to say Maboy, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. Another thing that has impressed me, our new signings, is the fact that they are not trying too hard to impress. You know, they're doing the basics. You know, and this it takes away all the pressure from them. You know, there was a moment in the first half where Zugo had the ball and Ribeiro had dropped very deep, you know, and he wanted that ball, but Zugo had the situation and he said, "Nope, I'm not giving it to you. I'm playing it back to Grant," you know. So that thing, they are not trying too hard. They're doing the basics. You know, sometimes players want to impress the crowd and the coach. You know, the pressure of playing for Sundowns and wanting or not, we're starting lineup home because I've been given a chance, and if I don't do perform miracles, I might lose my place. But no, these guys are not doing that. They're doing the basics. And I agree with you, Gary Berore. When he plays as the focal point of attack, he's always in there where we need him to be. You look at that tap in, yeah, what do you call it? Yeah, first goal. You look at the
Yeah.
second goal, yeah, high. He's right in the box. The third one, he's outside of the box, but he's not too wide. He's direct to goal. So yeah, he plays different when he plays as the focal point of attack, man. Like I said, we're hosting TP Mazembe in the CAF Champions League group stages, game week 6. How important is that we win this match? Because both teams are on 11 points, and Mazembe currently lead the group. I think it's very, very important that we win this match, Raps, because currently Mazembe are top of our group. They are on top because as much as we are level on points, they are on top because CAF uses head to head, and in the head to head, they beat us away at their home. So if they get anything out of this match, they obviously stay on top, even if it's a draw, we both go to 12 points. But if we beat them, we obviously go to 14 and they stay on 11. So we need to beat them so that we claim the number one spot. And the other thing is that this will help us in terms of points acquisition, yeah, trying to qualify for the FIFA 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. FIFA released on their side a link where you can go to see the standings. I'll post the link on the description. So basically, there are 4 spots for CAF. The first 2 spots have already gone to Wydad early because they won the Champions League. So the other 2 spots will come from teams that have the most number of points, and we currently lead that we are ahead of Esperance. I think we are on 87, and example Esperance on how many points. So if we win, we'll get 3 points, and we'll also get 3 points for qualifying for the next stage of the competition. So you can get 6 points. I'm not sure if in the latest log year, the points that we got by qualify because we qualified for the next stage in our previous game. So I'm not sure if they've already added that 3 points or they added at the end of the group stages. So if they added at the end of the group stages, we'll get 6 points if we beat Mazembe on Saturday. From your side, how important is that we win this match?
I think it is very important. I think as Mamelodi Sundowns, like we have qualified, but we still want that number one spot. And I remember last season in the group stages where we faced Al Hilal, and we had the opportunity to eliminate Al Ahly by not winning against Al Hilal, but Sundowns went for a win. I think it shows the attitude of the team. Like they want to win by all means. They don't care what's happening on the other side. So I think Sundowns would want to win that game so that they get that number one spot. And also you have mentioned the rankings as well. And remember, Bafana on the AFCON, they played against DRC. So I think Mamelodi Sundowns as well, they want to do very well against TP Mazembe and collect the maximum points.
True, man. True. Rabs, in the last preview, we touched on whether TP Mazembe are still a powerhouse of African football, and we came to a conclusion where they are on the way down, But they've done so well in the CAF Champions League this season. Are you surprised at how well they have performed this season in the CAF Champions League?
I think because of our group stage, I think the competition was between them and Pyramids, and I think they've done very well. It's been a while since they were in the knockout stages of the CAF Champions League, so I think they've done very well. I think as much as previously they haven't done very well, but I think this might be the turning point. I think every big team that's declining, they need that turning point where things start going their way. And I think for TP Mazembe, this might be the moment where it is a turning point for them, and they try to get back to that former glory they were a couple of years back.
Yeah, no, I fully agree with you, man. They have got some really, really good players in their squad, more so the offensive line, So this might be their turning point. I do not think they will win the CAF Champions League, but I won't be surprised if they go deep into the tournament and maybe get into the semi-final. Because I think I honestly didn't think they will qualify. I think we predicted it will be us and Pyramids at the beginning of the group stages. So I think, yeah, they might be on their way up, man. They've already qualified for the quarterfinals. Some are calling this game a dead rubber. I do not think it is. Do you think they will play a weekend side because they've already qualified? Because I do not think so. I think they are coming to this game to get something. It might not be a win, but they don't want to leave South Africa with an L. I think teams like Mazembe understand the importance of playing the second leg, the knockout stages at home, and the advantages that come with it. When you go to Lubumbashi, man, a second leg, a lot of things happen. It's not only dependent on how well you perform or what will be the result. The external factors come into play. So them playing a second leg, quarterfinal at home is what they will be playing for in this game. So I do not think they will play a weekend side. Your thoughts?
I think there's no team that would play Sundowns and not play their regular players. I think Mazembe, they will try to play their regular players and push for a win. As much as they have qualified, but there are still those breaking rights between the two. And I don't remember them winning in South Africa against Sundowns. So I think this is the moment that they want to get a victory at Pretoria and get that number 1 spot, man.
Yeah, no, that's true, man. But I don't think perhaps but we'll touch on this on what we expect. And let's actually get into that. What do we expect from both sides? I expect total dominance from Sundowns, the same the type of dominance that they showed when we played away. We had 65% ball possession. We created 3 big chances. We hit the woodwork 3 times. We had a total of 531 passes in that match. That's proper dominance playing away at home. And it's just unfortunate we didn't do what mattered the most, which is put the ball into the back of the net. And I think we created so many situations with great ease. We didn't need to do anything intricate to open them up. That simple extra pass, helped us in that match. So I want us to do the same. But the most important thing is to be clinical. Because like what you always say, Raps, for our CAF Champions League, once you get to the 60th minute, also totally the result that you want, you must forget. So it's very important we clinical and we get those goals as quickly as possible, so that when it gets to, because once it gets to that 60th minute, they will start faking injuries, trying to disrupt our rhythm, and it just becomes an ugly game. And from their side, I expect them to sit back and play on transition, and I expect Ngala Mulele, their number 17, their CDM, just to sit in front of the back four, not move, not cross his the halfway line, just to protect them, and I expect them to play on transition because they did the same when we played them away, and they had 2 counters and 2 shots from those counters. I think they will use their right side to attack, because it's their strongest side. Keita, their number 2, the dreadlock guy, has incredible energy. He bombs forward, and you have Kinzumbi there, number 7, who I think is the player to watch, who plays in front of him, even though he didn't get as many minutes in their last game. Ne? And their right side is so strong. Most of their chances of goals come from it,
Yeah.
So I think that's where they will pose a danger to Sundowns. Ne? And their front three, I think they've got a very dynamic front three, very good players in Kinzumbi, in Bayer. He scored in their previous game, and for Fana. So I expect them to work us when they get chances in transition. Your thoughts?
I think for Mazembe, I think when we went to DRC, we created a lot of chances, man. I think we should have won by plus 4 goals, man. So I think in this game, they will try to minimize the chances that Sundowns creates. I think they will try to sit back and frustrate us and try to go to the interval without conceding a goal. And I think in this game, I think it will be important for Mazembe to be able to read our movement and also be able to occupy the empty spaces as soon as possible before Mamelodi Sundowns had them by capitalizing on that space. And you spoke about their right side. I think their right side, I think that's where the danger is, man. You look at against Pyramid, the goal came from the right, as well as the goal that you considered in Lumbubashi as well came from the right. And when you have a guy like their number 7, Kinzumbi, who's a right winger but who's left-footed, sometimes he inverts and cuts inside, and he has a good view of his opponents and teammates, as well as the goal post, because sometimes he likes to take shots outside the box. And I think for Mazembe, it will be important for them for their defenders to manage the space in front of them and the space behind them, because of if Sundowns doesn't play in front of your defense, they now have a guy like Bongani Zungu who can play that a long ball behind your defense, between the defense and the goalkeeper. So I think it will be important for Mazembe to be able to manage the space in front of them and behind them. I think since the game is going to Marib, I think it may work to their advantage, because of they want to make the pitch narrow and they'll be able to shut down spaces and cover on time, because of the size of the pitch allows them to cover the distance quicker and faster. Unlike if the game went to Loftus, where the size of the pitch is a little bit bigger, and it was going to be difficult for them to cover spaces and to make those short sprints. And I think for Sundowns, I think as much as we are equal on points with Mazembe, I think we need to have that attitude that shows that we want the 3 points more than our opponent. And speaking about Mazembe using wide channels to create most of their goal scoring opportunities, I think our fullbacks needed to not get tight, but always try to prevent and stop crosses from going inside our box, because of once we allow that, I think it's going to be tough for our goalkeeper and our defense to try and clear the balls, because of that's their strength in terms of their chance creation. I think because of the pitch is narrow and we might play most of the action in the half of Mazembe, I think we need to have a good movement and good patterns that will help us to eliminate the numbers and try to minus their numbers. And what impressed me against against Amazon, I think I saw more of breaking line passes from Lungu, from Bongani Zungu, as well as Zug. And in this game, that's what you want to see, because of Mazembe will be sitting at the back, and you need that pass that will minus at least 2 players of Mazembe and give us an advantage when we approach the final third. And also what I liked against Amazon, I think what we could do, once we attack in the middle, the opponents, they become narrow and they leave spaces on the side Hence the first goal, we attacked through the middle, but the ball went to Gaston, who was on the right and took a shot, and it was a rebound, and Ribeiro scored. I think that's what we need to do. If their focus is more central and they become narrow, we need to move the ball wide and have a shot or have a cutback. And I think against Mazembe, we did that in Lumbubash around the 60th minute, where they were congested in the middle. We moved the ball wide, but we couldn't score because of they were able to defend that ball.
Great analysis as always, Mdorish. Let's get into the lineups. I'll go first this time. I'm going with Williams at number 1, Grant Kekana at but like at number 2. I almost did the positions the way we did.
No, they are confused the position,
Grant Kekana, right back, obviously becoming a right center back when Zungu drops into middle field. So I'll have Zungu at the starting point, right center back, and bringing Musa Libusa back at left center back, and Divine at left back. Divine Lunga was becoming hand drop heavily. And then I'll have Mukwena, Alende, and Mabue. I think Lebo has been exceptional since he came back, and Lebo gives us something that not a lot of Sundowns central midfielders give us: energy and drive into the box, adding numerical superiority in the box. Something that he used to do a lot when he was at Maritzburg. Lebo gets into the box, and then my front three will be Zwane, Ribeiro, and Serino. Yours?
I think I'll go with that the same lineup of yours. I think I'll bring Themba Zwane in this game because of a Champions League Themba Zwane, like is a different player.
Definitely.
Before we end this preview, I want us to maybe discuss something a little bit. At Sundowns, man, if you arrive at Sundowns, obviously it is difficult for you to break in and go straight to the lineup. A player like Lungu came to Sundowns, struggled, went back to Golden Arrows, and came back, man. And I think this is a pattern because of, I remember Kiani Mabunda came from Free State Stars, came to Sundowns, he struggled.
Kiani Mabunda, Free State Stars?
Leopard. Free State Stars team go high. Came from Leopard, and he struggled to play go Sundowns because of the way he went to the MDC, he played very well, and he came back. He won the CAF Champions League with us, and was very vital in that season. If you arrive at Sundowns and you don't play, or you don't get enough minutes that you expected to play, what kind of attitude do you have in order not to sulk and throw tantrums and just give up, man? I want to know that the attitude that you need to have once you arrive at Sundowns, because of, man, not all these players, they have that that patience to keep on working hard and knowing that maybe my time will come and I'll definitely play. Because of some of the guys, if they don't play that first season, you can see he has already given up and he's looking for a new team. So I want maybe you to give me your opinion or your perspective in terms of the attitude that you need to have or display if you don't play in your first season, man.
Yeah, no, I think, I didn't expect this, Raps. Now, you caught me off guard, but I will answer it to my best of abilities. I think patience is key when you come to Sundowns. Yes, there are players who will come to Sundowns and perform from the word go and take someone's jersey, Debza, we got Debza ka January, when he came from Supersport. He struggled that 6 months later. He even mentioned it, or he struggled, and then he went, I think it was Dubai, and he worked hard during that off season. And in that preseason, I am told he was the best player in that preseason. Everyone who was there says he was exceptional, man. And that one, you need to go an extra mile when you play for
Yeah.
Sundowns. Clearly, it's no ordinary club. You don't just go to training, work, and after training you go home and it's done. You need to go an extra mile there. And I think you need to be good at taking information at Sundowns, because there's a lot of information drilled into the players. There's a lot of video analysis. I mean, when Maseko arrived, Coach Ulani spoke about the number of videos that they showed to him. So I think it's those things, patience, and be willing to learn, and to think, to want to do more, to go an extra mile. So I think those are some of the things that I can think of at the top of my head right now.
Yeah, no, I think you have answered me very well, Aizo.
Qalong potsa dipotso mo ke nna anchor mo wena o analyst o tlo mpotsa dipotso. Batho ba tlo ntsheya ba ke bua nonsense ka baka la go se no, yeah, guys, that's another installment of the Yellow Corner. Thank you for watching, man. Next time you will see us will be on Sunday, when we bring you the preview of our most anticipated match of the season, as we give our attention to TS Galaxy. Guys, let's chat on the comment section about this game. Yeah, CAF Champions League. And actually, let's talk about what the Raps asked you. What do you need as a player to make it at Mamelodi Sundowns? Until Sunday, sharp Masandawana, sharp Raps.
Sharp Masandawana, sharp Aizo.